Hello everyone, welcome to TTV News with some latest events in the province, and now we came into details. According to the 2022 work report of the Provincial People Courts and the Provincial People's Recuracies at the 6 sessions of that Provincial People Councils, in 2022, our provincial judicial agencies have operated effectively and with high quality, unless the case of wrongdoing occurs.
The Chief Justice of the Provincial People's Court, Trinh Thi Truc Linh, said that in the past year, conciliation and dialogue activities at the court have reduced the number of cases that have to be resolved according to the legal procedures, thereby limiting the appeals process, lengthy complicated litigation disputes, and reducing the burden on the court's adjudication work. In 2022, the total number of successful conciliation cases recognized by the court's decision is 6,389 cases, reaching 82.46% of the resolved cases. On the average, it just handles 7.58 cases per month. The rate of judgment cancelled or corrected due to subjective errors decreased over the same period. The drive of the criminal cases ensuring the law, and there are no cases of unjustly convicting the people who are not guilty. Economic and corruption cases and cases of public interest were promptly and strictly adjudicated by the two-level courts. In the past year, the two-level of the People's Procuracy in our province has also coordinated well with the functional agencies in the fight against the crime, contributing to stabilizing the political and security situation and the local societies as a whole, and thereby actively consulted the party committee and made recommendations to agencies and organizations in preventing violation and crimes. The contents of reports of judicial agencies have been verified and approved by the legal department of the Provincial People's Council. Regarding the situation of using clean water of rural people, at the group discussion, the 6 sections of the 10 Provincial People's Council on the morning of December the 8th, Delegate Trinh Thi suggested the agriculture and rural development sector should continue to pay attention to investing in building pumping stations to supply the fresh and clean water to the people in rural areas, especially in the border districts. Explaining the opinions of the delegates, Mr. Nguyễn Đình Xuân, Director of the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, said that the current clean and fresh water supply system in rural areas has basically met the demand for the water use clean for the people in the province. However, in some areas, the use of clean water by the rural people is still limited. The new construction of small and odd pumping stations will not ensure the criteria for new rural construction, so the province needs to consider the needs of each locality to have a suitable construction investment plan, and to ensure the supply of the clean and fresh water to the people. The branches that have completed the items will be handed over first, so soon delivered to the household in need of water. The remaining sections will soon be prepared to hand over and put into use. And also on the morning of December the 8th, Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái, Standing Deputy Secretary, Provincial Party Committee, Head of National Assembly Delegation of the Ninh Province, had a meeting and assigned the task to the delegation of the Ninh Province to attend the Communist Youth National Congress, representative of Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union for the 12th term of 2022 and 2027. Reporting the Standing Deputy Secretary, Provincial Party Committee, Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Tùng, Secretary of the Provincial Youth Union, said that the 12th National Congress of the Youth Union will take place from December the 14th to the 16th at the Convention Center in Hanoi. The delegation of the Ninh Province attended the conference with 11 delegates, including 1 existing delegate, 10 official delegates. Explained, the delegation of the Ninh Province will have a presentation report on international youth work and have 1 youth startup product display at the conference. Before that, the delegates has also had a dialogue with typical youth of the province to receive the suggestions, recommendations and thoughts and feelings sent to the conference. Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái, Standing Deputy Secretary, Provincial Party Committee and Head of Provincial National Assembly Delegation, congratulated the delegates and suggested each delegate attending the conference should promote a higher sense of responsibility and wisdom, actively participate in contribute to the contents and programs of the conference, selected and convey the thoughts and the legitimate aspiration of the Ninh youth to the conference.
On the afternoon of December 6th, first runner-up Trinh Thi Truc Linh visited the factory of Tan Nhien Co Limited. This is one of the typical interests of the province in the field of rice paper production.
The first runner-up, Trinh Thi Truc Linh, visited the closed production process and modern equipment of Tan Nhien Company Limited. The company ultra-thin water-free rice paper products have been exported to many fastidious markets around the world, recognized as high-quality Vietnamese goods international standard in 2022, and the first product recognized to meet the 5-star OCOB standard of the Ninh province. First runner-up Trinh Thi Truc Linh said that after this homecoming journey, she is even more proud of her hometown of Tan Nhien province because of the outstanding development of the province, especially in tourism development. She also expressed her determination and desire to contribute to the tourism promotion, introducing the image of Tan Nhien province, Tan Nhien land and the people, and responsibility, potential, and gratitude to the French interior and also abroad. And on December the 8th of 2022, the Department of Education and Training organized for staff and teachers of preschools and kindergartens in the province to visit the field on the topic Building the Preschool Kids at the Center. At Thanh Long Kindergarten, Châu Thành District, the staff and teachers of the school were able to visit the following activities: developing the language of alphabet games, developing the language of storytelling, and developing the language of reading poetry. And through the thematic tools and learning for the teachers to apply creating opportunities and encourage the children to experience and explore in different forms in a safe environment, in order to form good habits in the children in living, playing, protecting health, helping to develop comprehensively, physically, and mentally. And ladies and gentlemen, the report of the Provincial People's Committee submitted to the 6th section of the 10th Provincial People's Council shows that the socio-economic development results of the Ninh province in the past year of 2022 are very positive, with some development milestones. For the first time, the Ninh province achieved the total purchase revenue of our province in 2022 exceeded the threshold of 11,000 billion Vietnam dong for the first time. Export turnover reached the highest ever, reaching about 6.4 billion US dollar. Since then, the Provincial People's Committee has set the targets in the socio-economic development plan of the Ninh province in 2023, such as state purchase revenue in the area of 11,000 billion Vietnam dong, and industrial production index increased by 15%, and that the social development investment capital in the area is equal to 37% of the GDP. At the same time, the indicators of health, education, security and order, and social security are also set at a high level. The Provincial People's Committee has also set out key solutions to keep the pro momentum of 2022 with the implementation of the goals and tasks in 2023. At the discussion group section of the Provincial People's Council meeting, the delegates expressed their joy but also worry about the goals and tasks in 2023. Currently, Onto Tan Ninh is one of the 10 provinces with this permanent rate. The public investment capital is the highest in the country. However, besides the great results in terms of disbursement and the process of capital construction, the quality of the work is an issue that has not been clearly reported and paid attention to. The problems in site clearance also do not have outstanding solutions to overcome. The rapid economic recovery of our province in recent years is a very encouraging thing. However, besides the rapid development in many aspects, the increase in crime, the security and order situation also has many complicated developments also, which are some of the problems that challenge the economic development goals society of the upcoming 2023. After the COVID-19 pandemic, the economic recovery, the worker from the localities returned, and then the judicial branch must evaluate the criminal psychology and forecast and also give solutions for this situation. In the target of economic development and industrial production index increased in 2023, our province forecasts are quite optimistic. However, in the current situation, there are new development from the international and domestic market, and many factories have also had to downsize their operations. In 2023, it is likely that many businesses are facing difficulties in capital, about 40 to 50%. It is likely that some business also stop operating or dissolved. In the new period of economic recovery, it is very different for enterprises to pay social insurance premiums for the employees both at the old and new levels. Businesses are closing many new types, difficulties and difficulties. In addition to the bank's closing room also affected the business. And through the opinions of the delegates, the department and branches and some explanation in the discussion section and some commitment will be added to the draft reports.
The Orient Tân Hòa border Cameroon Tân Châu district had nearly 3,400 settled households. This area has scarcities of freshwater sources. Most of the raw water is seriously contaminated with the lice and cannot be used for daily life.
The demand for clean and fresh water is increasing, but the supply capacity is very limited, so it is necessary to approach the Saigon Bridge 2 water supply project in Tân Hòa Commune. The Provincial People's Committee has approved the project to operate this work. Now the project is under construction. And from 2012 up to now, the whole province has had about 33 concentrated water supply projects invested in operating, repairing, and improving the capacity and scope of water supply for the border communes of Tân Hòa, Tân Châu districts. The management of this station faces many difficulties. The water has a lot of lines in it, and clogs in the water pipes must be treated, and the people use water a lot. The drilling wells cannot support, and this station can only supply for 500 households, so it is necessary to operate the station. And here, more than 2,000 households use it, and if the water is taken from the lake bed, it will provide more than 3,000. And currently they get water from the Fico factory, which has expired. In the past, the residents dug their own wells for domestic water using. The cost of digging wells was high and the water source was polluted. The well was dry in the dry season, and by 2015, Saigon Bridge 2 water supply station was invested and put into operation, and residents were very happy, but only of the surrounding households can be sold. The rest are still waiting for clean water. This 16 Saigon Bridge 2 water supply project is supplying for 510 households. The remaining more than 1,600 households do not have water, so it is necessary to operate the work. On the other hand, according to the 2015 agreement between Fico Cement Transport Company and the Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, the time limit for raw water support for the Saigon Bridge 2 water supply project has expired. And to solve this significant problem, the Provincial People's Committee has also approved an investment of 15 billion Vietnam dong for the project that is under construction. The Provincial People's Committee approved the project to operate this water supply work and some items, build more water supply station in KK Hamlet, capacity of about 100 cubic meter per hour, and after operating, there will be enough clean and fresh water for the people around here. And the project to build a water supply station next to the shore of Dầu Tiếng Lake in KK Hamlet, Tân Hòa Commune, is an operating capacity of 100 cubic meter per hour, supplying the water for 2,600 households, ensuring the water quality up to standards and contributing to the economic development, ensuring the social security and the national defense in border areas.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for TTV News today. Thanks for joining with us and see you next time.